Hi, good morning.
How are you doing?
You're still muted.
Hi, good morning. How are you doing?
I think I'm still a bit sleepy, but I
Great,
already revised everything, so
great,
I think I'm fine.
great. Wonderful. I'm already on the board, and we start with a small recap. And before that, just that you don't feel sleepy, I almost got an opportunity to travel to the US and start working there as private tutor, which is fine. This is no news. The news is that I just converted the paycheck that I would get there in rubles. And I felt a little bit astonishing because if you translate it into dollars per hour, we are talking about 15,000 rubles per hour. 1 hour. You froze? I know, which is an okay sum. I mean, there are speakers that have 20, 50, or 100,000 rubles per hour. I know them. I mean, I can't say that we are friends, but we relate. But what astonished me is the 28 millions per year, which is definitely another sum. 28 million rubles per year. And that's something that tells me, whoa, this is a interesting paycheck. Way more interesting than 15,000 rubles per year right now, per hour right now. Okay, so I am on the board, and your words, what is the demand? Since you revised it, by the way, your notes were again very powerful. I love the way you do them. Please go on with that. It makes my job easier. Demand.
Okay, so should I send you on the board first?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay.
Demand.
So demand is how much how much goods is a consumer is willing to pay or is ready to buy.
Try again.
Okay. Or maybe supply, it was how much a producer is willing to sell. But I remember that there was this willing to.
Okay, don't try remembering. You actually even flushed. No need of. Не надо краснеть из-за того, что не знаешь. Вот так один ответ. Тут на русском, чтобы было более понятно. Память всегда тебя подводит. Всегда тебя подводит. Мама плохого очень даже учит. Будь хорошей девочкой, не будь, и тебя полюбим, не будь хорошей девочкой, мы тебя не полюбим. Но это на самом деле то из того, что я духовно занимаюсь с людьми, с детьми на самом деле. Но не в этом деле, сейчас не про маму, а про тебя. Не знаешь, это хорошо. Это хорошо, что сейчас не знаешь. Why? Because now you can turn on your logics, which is here. Memory is here, and logic is here. Logic never fails. What is demand? Let's say you are a buyer, I am a supplier. Who talks about demand? You do or I do?
I do.
Yes. The demand is a relation between price, which is set. You don't decide the price. The price is set, okay? The price is, the market price is neither set by you nor set by me. It is set by the equilibrium and the interaction between you and I. So the demand is the relation between price, which is here, and the quantity that you buy. This is demand. Let me write it.
So it's how much I want to buy
as a
some,
function of the market price, of the price between.
So how much I want to buy for of some product for the market price.
Not only for the market, but for the price in general.
Okay.
Between price, you can write it there down, and how much buyers wanna buy. And then we can, I will text it here because today I have a powerful keyboard. So we are here and we say that demand is the relation between price, any price, and how much buyers wanna buy.
Okay.
On the flip side, the supply is.
Okay, so it should be the opposite, basically.
So it is a relation.
Relations between
Price.
Okay, price and how much consumers
are ready to sell. Who is talking about supply? You are or I am?
You.
So suppliers.
Okay. How much? Between price and
produce.
quantity. Suppliers are
produce.
Okay, but can we say produce and also are ready to
sell?
sell?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
Okay.
I won't produce and not sell. I will produce and sell. Very good. Now, the equilibrium is when the quantity demanded meets the quantity supplied. And today we start talking about elasticity. Which is the responsiveness to change. In price, income, cross price.
So elasticity is how much something change when price, income, or cross price changes.
Exactly.
Okay.
So,
and excuse me, what is the cross price?
we will get there in a while.
Okay.
So let's go to PED. Again, these are among the basic topics, but we are getting speed. If you are noticing, we are getting speed because we are able to cover more topics and more exercises each time that we meet. So PED, which stays for price, elasticity of demand. the price elasticity of demand, PED, is the percentage change in the quantity demanded divided by the percentage change in price. And says the following: whenever price changes of, say, 10%, how much does demand change? We consider an increase in price, for instance. Say that the price, price, say, for instance, and one only good. Okay, so we are talking on the demand supply graph for one good. We are talking about this one.
Mm-hmm. And so the price increase basically is increased by 10%.
Yes. So the price increases of 10%. What happens? Well, there are several features. First thing that we gotta know is that the PED is usually negative. What does it mean? If price increases, what happens to quantity?
If it's
just look at the
second.
look
if,
at this
yes,
one.
If
Look at this one, please.
Price
look
increases,
at this one.
then we have
like this.
More supply.
No, never mind about supply. Now we are talking only about demand. And actually, let me do like this.
Less like demand. It means less people will
exactly
buy it.
So if price increases, quantity decreases. And this is the law of demand, by law of demand. If quantity reacts strongly, the demand is elastic. If the quantity reacts weakly, the demand is inelastic.
So if we have a big change in quantity, then D is elastic, and
yes, very good.
Small change in quantity,
yes,
D is inelastic.
But big and small don't make any meaning, because everything is relative. Okay, so strongly means the percentage variation in delta Q is higher than the percentage variation in P. By the way, these are often talked about during lessons. So your teacher is going to tell you, if it is below 1%, 5%, 10%, then it is elastic. If not, it is inelastic. So check in your notes, and then you will see that. If the percentage variation in Q is less than P, then this is inelastic. And now let me give you two borderlines. Please notice that this variation put quantity on top. So this is not just the mere slope, because mathematically speaking, since you are a dragon in math, you would recall that the slope is not delta q over delta p, but is delta p over delta q, delta y over delta x, right? But here it is not, because as usual, Adam Smith mistook y and x, and so we are talking about q on the top and p at the bottom. Okay, there are.
I was trying to revise also yesterday, and I tried to explain everything I've learned to my mom.
Okay.
And it took like was an hour. Yeah, and she was also confused why in economics there are such weird graphs.
Indeed.
So I told her that.
Indeed.
About that.
By the way, we could sooner or later close the cycle and let your mom tell me with a couple of I'm not kidding, with a couple of voice messages what is demand, what is supply. If that works, then you are a dragon and we are there where you want to be. I'm not kidding. We close. If you are able to teach your mom, then 100% you know it. And by the way, this is a great idea that you have, talking about our theory, let's say, to somebody else.
Yeah, because it also helps me to understand what's going on.
Of course. So there are two borderlines, let's say. Let's make it like this. So if we look at this one, what happens? Let's say borderlines. Borderlines. The demand D doesn't change. With P, right? Because it is a vertical line. So it doesn't matter how much P changes, you will always have the same demand. Let me write it here. Text. Text red. Here. It doesn't matter how much P changes, Q remains the same. How is the name of this curve? Perfect inelastic demand. For instance, necessity or medicines, maybe.
Oh, because here's
or bread.
Q reacts weakly?
It doesn't react at all. It doesn't react at all. Exactly.
Wow, okay.
Now, let's make the opposite. So we take green and we go like this. We go like this. What happens here? Here.
So it doesn't matter how much our quantity changes, because the price will stay the same.
No, we always think about price. Price here is the independent variable.
So price
there is
stays the same no matter.
No, it is an independent variable, baby. We can't say it remains the same no matter. Look at this. there is no demand whatsoever if not at a given price. What does that mean? Well, let me do it like this. If price changed even slightly, demand drops to zero. And this is the case of perfect elastic demand. And for instance, you know, optional goods, what you can really avoid buying.
What example of such good that?
An extra, something that you buy because it is cheap. For instance, look, I have several children. Whenever I go to Krasne Bieloe, I have a look. Is there any shitty toy that I can buy for 20 rubles? There is, I buy them. There is not, I don't. If I buy them, I make my children happy for, I don't know, maybe 14 minutes, which is a good investment for 20 rubles, 1 ruble per minute. If there is not, I can just crack some joke and they will be happy for 20 minutes. You see? So if there is, okay. If there is not, that's it.
Okay, makes sense.
Now, why is elasticity important? Elasticity is important because we talk about pricing. So now we go here and we do from elasticity to pricing. So now we go again for text, black. If the demand for a given product is elastic, increasing the price results in greater or lower revenue?
1 second.
Just please.
If demand is elastic, so it means, okay, increasing the price results in higher demand?
Yes.
No.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Well, increasing the price reduces the demand always. A decrease in demand but the decrease in D is lower, and the decrease in D is higher than the increase in P. So, total revenue being price times quantity goes down. And if you think logically, it works, because if you increase the price of something that I can avoid buying, I just won't buy it, and so you don't earn money. Good. Text here.
1 second. What does TR stands for?
Total revenue.
Oh, okay.
If the demand is inelastic, say gasoline, increasing the price results in a higher total revenue, because of course you drop some quantity, but the change in price compensates.
Because you drop some quantity, but the change in price compensates.
You increase the price, you lose some quantity, because people won't be able to buy that. But eventually there will be a lot of people paying even 10% more.
Okay.
Good.
And so for the if the for a given product is elastic, the example is like those like Kinder, for example, Kinder things. Okay, something important.
It is important. You see, what you gain when studying economics with me is that you don't just understand. You feel it in your heart and you taste it in your belly. I am making like this as if I had such kind of belly, you know, the beer man. I'm not the beer man. I'm, you know, slender and athletic, but you feel them in your gut. А если живот почувствует, что это такое эластический, ну да, эластический запрос, ну тогда точно поймешь. Ну просто точно поймешь. Okay.
Да.
Good. Now, very quickly about elasticity along a linear curve. Elasticity of demand, well, along a linear curve. So suppose we have a linear demand curve, which is this one, like this. How is the elasticity of demand over this curve? Answer: constant. Would you think about constant? Would you? Of course it is linear. Of course it is linear. But the answer is no. It is not constant. It is not constant. Don't be fooled by lines. Lines are fooling. They think, you think they are easy, but they are not.
Okay.
And why isn't it constant? Now let me leave it here. Why isn't it constant?
No, I think because you once mentioned that we write such lines just because it's convenient for us, but they're actually like not.
Let's okay. This is a good arguing, but no, baby. Let's say that this is really linear, Like
okay.
Q equals P minus. Oh, by the way, I made a trick, but you didn't notice. What curve is this? This is no demand.
Oh, it's supply.
Exactly, but you didn't notice that.
Yeah.
This is no demand. Okay, let's let's get down to it. Let me draw it black. So say that we have a really linear curve, say P minus 2Q. What happens at the top? So at the top, and let me mark it free, no, not like this, let me mark it in red. So here is the top. We have high price and low quantity. So how is the demand?
It's very low, the demand.
Elastic or inelastic? If the price is very high and you are already having little, can you make it without? Can you make without it?
No. Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
So the demand is elastic, and here we can argue that you have little, you can live without it.
Does it work always like this? So it's elastic when we can make
it is elastic at the top. At the bottom, it is the flip side. Like this here.
Low price and high quantity.
Yes. At the bottom, you have low P and very high Q. So the demand is inelastic because you are already having a lot of them and you will be able to change. Of course, because look, you are paying kinder, you don't have babies. How old are you? 22, 21?
I'm 19.
Okay, well, please, I'm praising your maturity, not your exterior.
Okay.
By the way, it's a compliment anyway. So you are too young yet to have babies. But say you had 5 babies, and instead of buying 1 kinder each for 1 ruble, they would put 1.1 rubles. Can you afford 550 instead of 5? The answer is yes. And you need a lot of them. That's the point. You need a lot of them. So you will pay that goddamn 10% more. You have a lot and you may afford more. That's it. So at the middle, the line is called to be unitary elastic. Here it is unitary elastic. Okay. By the way,
it's average price, average not average, market price, market quantity.
Same change in price, same change in quantity.
What does it mean? The first word.
The same change that for a given 5%, 5%. Now,
okay.
Okay. Take 1 minute break. So, not only is elasticity of demand mentioned in one of your lectures, so we are covering the material that you are covering at your university, but it is really important because it is a matter of many graphs, changes, tests, MCQs. So, what are the factors that elasticity depend on? So, factors influencing elasticity. What can you say? When can you say you are more elastic?
I'm more so like me as a consumer.
As a consumer, yes, because we are still talking about the demand. No, you don't need a graph. Now you need only your mind.
Okay.
So let's say that if you have substitutes, you are more elastic.
So the alternative products?
Exactly. If we are talking about the short run, so tomorrow, or price changes, let's say fuel doubles the price, what are you going to do tomorrow? You are going to buy it anyway. Yes.
I'm still gonna buy it.
So short run is always inelastic because adjustment takes time, always. Good. The type of the good is very important because luxury good is elastic. You can avoid buying your fourth pair of Prada shoes. Necessity is inelastic. I'm kissing my cat. Yes, te voglio bene anche me. Inelastic. Good.
Okay.
Okay. Now, very quickly about the price elasticity of supply. PES. Price elasticity of supply. So, what is the price elasticity of supply? It is the measure. Yeah, please.
Oh, maybe it's also percentage change in quantities supplied.
Of course.
And divided by percentage change in price. So the same, but about supply.
It measures how responsive are suppliers to price change. Price changes. Here we are not talking about zero or infinite. There are several real-world cases. So if the elasticity of supply is greater than 1, firms can easily expand production. Easily expand production. If the elasticity of supply is lower than 1, it is hard, of course, hard to change.
So when it's bigger than 1, it means that the business is going well?
It means that you own your business and you can quickly adapt to changes in the market, in the price.
I can.
Well, you are a supplier now. You are a supplier now.
Okay.
So when the elasticity of supply is 0, you have a fixed supply. Like, I don't know, artwork or tickets. Tickets for the ballet at the Bolshoi Theater. Tickets at Bolshoi. You know, the tickets at Bolshoi are 100, and it doesn't matter how much you offer for them. If the 100 is already gone, you can't build another Bolshoi Theater, isn't it?
Yeah.
If the elasticity of supply was infinite, firms would like to supply an unlimited output at a single price, which actually is very utopic. So,
for example, there would be infinite amount of tickets.
Yes, or infinite or unlimited amount of gigabytes that a company, that a phone company may want to supply for a given price. Unlimited supply at one price. So there are exercises in your problem set. Yes, I do my work pretty good, and I have always a look at what you provided me before generating my lessons. And we talk about, this is exercises. So, oil elasticity. Oil elasticity. Suppose the PE...
Well, it's an elastic, basically.
Let's have a look at that. So the PED is minus 0.39. How is the demand?
How is demand? Like if it's
No, forget about the PES at the moment. Forget about the PES.
So it's negative.
It's always negative because of the law of demand.
It decreases. But the minimum it can be is 1. Oh no, it could be infinity.
It can be 0.
Okay.
It can be 0.
Should they just put it in the formula, or how should they work with it?
The PED minus 0.39 is inelastic as demand. What does it mean?
It means that people would still buy it no matter what price.
Exactly. So pretty inelastic demand. And can we argue it? People would buy it at any price because there are few substitutes and people need cars. Okay. Now, let's get to the PES, PE, oh come on, die, okay. PES of 0.7 we can say that quite elastic supply. So producers have some ability to expand, but not fully flexible.
Oh, because when it's more than one, it means it can easily expand.
Exactly.
And here's 0.7, so okay.
And how can we interpret that? Well, finding a new gas extraction point may be not that easy. Building the infrastructure may be not that easy. And so on and so forth. I would like to answer to one message very quickly.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe sure, but this stupid site is not loading. Okay. Die. Okay. So
1 second, but do we have a similar rule with price elasticity of demand about like more than one, less than, more than -1 or less than -1?
well, the vertical, it is, let's say like this, it is easier to talk about more elastic or less elastic. This is a question that you may want to give to your own teacher. So, hey, Mr. Teacher, how do you classify a PED of -3 or -5? Like this. So let him give you the extrema and we work with the range.
Okay.
Now, would we like to draw something like this? Because now there is the core of this topic. So what info do we get out of PED and PES? Well, if you remember, we had talked about taxes, wasn't it?
We did.
Now, you can do it. Draw, please, a quick elastic supply. Well, take the same supply, elastic demand and inelastic demand.
But at first I should just draw the.
Well, let's draw a supply curve like this. And now draw an elastic with respect to this curve demand and an inelastic with respect to this one demand, please.
Okay, so it's our wait, 1 second. This is our supply. Okay. And it's connected to taxes somehow?
Yes, it is. Okay, let me help you.
I would say if it's elastic, it's on the left. And
Now,
if
it is elastic, it is like this. Sorry, this is inelastic. Inelastic. This one. So it is almost vertical. Like this.
It was like the first graph that we drew today.
Exactly.
The vertical and horizontal line.
Exactly. So let me put it here.
Okay.
Pretty inelastic demand, because it is almost vertical.
And
now, what happens if we hold on. Bear with me, please. Okay. Hold on. Now, let's say that we introduce a tax, and we go. What happens when we introduce a tax? What happens to the supply curve?
It shifts left.
Yes. Why?
Because we have it's more expensive to produce a good.
Yes. So price goes up, and quantity goes down. So let's say that this is let me zoom in, supply plus tax. Good. Now, who carries the highest burden of the tax? Who carries the highest burden of the tax? How do we calculate it? Well, let me show you so that you can learn and then remake. Watch, learn, and repeat. So this was the first quantity, right? This one. This is the quantity after the tax. You may want to write Q0 and QT like this. So the new price that that consumers are facing is this one, isn't it? While the new price for the suppliers is this one. Do you remember? So this is the so-called, let me do that. This is the this is PC. This is PE, so the price for the producers. This is the market price.
Yes.
Like this. And now, what is the consumer's burden of the tax? So the whole tax is, of course, this one. This is the full tax. The money that the government is collecting. Full tax. Together, if you remember,
difference between our curves?
More or less. If you remember, this is the deadweight loss. So money lost and not gotten by anyone. Is it? Okay, now look at this one. This is the amount of money that the consumers are paying of the tax. Whereas this one is the burden that suppliers are paying.
Okay.
So to answer here, we put text. Everybody is paying, but consumers
just
pay more.
Consumers pay less.
No, consumers pay more. Look at the area.
Oh, so okay.
Good.
It's the yellow one.
And now let's get to another example, and let's put it down here so that we can then compare. So we take this, we put it here. Okay. Now here we draw the same thing. We draw the same thing like this, like this. We draw a pretty steep supply and a pretty flat demand like this. We can even put a text here. Pretty elastic demand. And now we draw another line for the supply plus tax, which is going to be somewhere here. And again, this is supply, and this is supply plus tax. We make the very same calculations. You may want to ask or get a numerical example. So this was the old price, this was the old quantity, this is the new quantity. This is PC, this is PP. PP. This is my youngest. So this is now the consumer's burden, and
this is the other one is the suppliers.
Exactly.
Oh, and the date weight lost is it looks smaller than the first.
Well, that just happens to be that.
Doesn't matter?
Doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Suppliers are paying more tax because of their inelasticity. And this means that whenever you have an inelastic party, that one will carry the highest burden for the tax.
So, for example, the suppliers of bread would pay more tax, for example, than suppliers of some like jewelry? Just
well, now we are talking about it is easier to talk about demand rather than supply, because it is easier to say that if the demand for jewelry is more elastic than the demand for bread. So if they put a tax on bread and a tax on jewelry, the amount of tax that the consumer is paying will be higher for bread, since the demand is inelastic, rather than for gold, where the demand is very elastic. Very good. Okay. So now that we are done with this, let's get over with, let's change a little bit. We still have like 20 minutes. I actually got very long on this elasticity, but it's anyway we've got to do that. And since the other lesson is gonna be on Thursday, I am happy not to leave you forget. Now let's get back very quickly to the budget line. So you'd better change page. Do you remember the budget line? Which is this.
I remember, yeah.
P1
Price,
x1 plus P2 x.
Budget is M.
Exactly, equals M, where this is x1 and this is x2. Now, what happens if the price of the first good doubles?
Okay.
So if the price of the first good, I'm gonna lecture a little bit because I want to give over several things, and I would like to better generate some exercises for you to have a check later, okay? So if price of good one doubles, the line...
But the horizontal and the vertical are prices of x1 and x2? It's the price? Or
quantities. Quantities.
It's quantities. Okay.
We are here. Let me put it as a line, please. Line.
It's if the price of the second one doubles.
Of the first one doubles. Text like this. P1 doubles.
Yeah, so its quantity is also like double less.
Exactly, it's half. Yes, it's half.
Half.
Now, what happens if let's put it like this. So this, let it be the first change. What happens if P2 falls of 50%?
P2 full, so P2 costs like half?
Yes.
Then it would be like from here. Oy.
Like this.
Because, wait, 1 second. Because yes, if it costs less, then we would have more quantity.
Exactly.
That's why.
Exactly. So, texting the quantity, this is 2. Actually, you know what? Let me make it another way around. Let me make it another way around. Please choose the line and change color. Put a green.
Okay. I'm not sure how to change colors here.
Let me do that. Green. P2 halves. Then, let's say that for the third case, we lose 50% of our budget. Then the line will just shift in parallelly.
So shifts left?
Well, shifts in like this.
Okay.
M halves. Both prices halve. We have the same line just like this. Both P1 and P2 halve.
So both of their prices is half. Like,
where P1 gets to P1 half and P2 gets to P2 halves.
Okay.
Okay. Now, indifference curves. Everything's fine?
Yeah, I don't know why it turned off.
Okay. Let's say that case 1 are ICs. So let's say that Nina loves fish but is indifferent to chips. Can you draw her indifference curves?
Okay, 1 second. So okay, 1, 2. But then
Okay. Let me do that. Let me do that the following way. We put fish on one case and chips on the other. So let's take green for Nina. How are the indifference curves?
They're like, wait, they're like this. Oh, other should be 2 because there are 2 products. Because
Why? Because your utility, actually the other way around. If you're, let's think about it. If you are indifferent to chips,
then I don't care about the quantity of chips.
Exactly. So you are like this. Because you only care about the, let me do it like this and like this. Now, case 2, let's put it in red. Boris would like.
I'm a bit confused because why therefore it just
indifferent
if
curves.
we had some certain price.
No. There are no price here. You are more and more satisfied the outer you go.
Okay, so the first one is I'm less satisfied, and the last one I'm more satisfied.
Yes, because you have more fish. You can write it. Just write it here. No, you can just write it here, like this. More satisfied. More. No. Let's put it like this. Here you are like this, and here you are like that. Okay. Case 2.
But no, one more.
No. Okay.
Question.
Go on.
So okay, I understood it's about the quantity of fish, but what about the quantity of chips here? How do we measure it?
You don't measure it. You are independent. You don't care if you have little or many. Your level of satisfaction is the same.
Okay, I understood now. Yes. Thanks.
Boris will trade 2 chips for 1 fish. How are the indifferent curves of Boris?
So it's like one second. So 2 chips for 1 fish. So he likes more chips than he values 2 chips more. So it's like for him 2 chips equal 1 fish.
Yes.
It means that he loves 1 unit of fish more than 1 unit.
The
of
same
chips.
as 2 chips, because he will trade them. So the curve is somewhere like this. The slope is -2. Like this.
So for example, here it's 2 fish.
No, 1
and
fish
1 chip.
for 1 fish for 2 chips.
1 fish for 2 chips.
I am going a little bit quicker, but just a little bit. Like this. Okay. Text blue. Blue. Christina loves chips and fishes. So fish and chips. Perfect complements. One
So
and one.
she's
1
in
and 1.
1 and 1. So she either loves or is indifferent to chips and fish the same.
If they are differently quantified, yes. So look, Christina is gonna be somewhere like here, look. 1 and 1. 3 and 3. 5 and 5. With this one. Let me write it because this may be a little bit difficult. Okay. So we have L-shaped curves along y equals x, so 1 to 1.
Mm.
And finally, we have Daria.
Mm.
Let's put it violet, purple. So Daria loves chips, dislikes fish. In this case, the curves will be upward sloping. Like this. Actually, not even like this, but
Like this. Mm.
Why that? Actually, we need actually the other way around, because we need for fewer fish to have greater utility. So
Fewer fish.
like this.
So less fish, more satisfaction.
Less fish, more satisfaction. Let me think how to do that. If they are outward, let me do that. I just have a moment of stupor. So the lower the fish, the higher the satisfaction. Okay, let me get back to you later on. I mean, I want to think about it a little bit more. Okay. Let me. Because I drew in my notes something like this, but at the moment it is not. I'm not really happy of this. So let me please do it later on, thinking on my own. Okay. Okay. Now we deepen a little bit on ICs and the budget line.
It's indifference curves to supply
and budget lines, yes. So we know that the best ever solution is found when the indifference curve touches the budget line, right? Like this, or if it was a perfect complement like this, and so on.
Okay.
So
just their like точка касания.
Exactly, point, tangency point. So this is Cobb-Douglas, and this is perfect complements. So if the indifference curve is steeper than the budget line, so here, we consume more good one. If the budget line, if the indifference curve is flatter than the budget line, so we are here, we consume more good too.
Good two is the vertical.
Yes, and exactly.
One horizontal.
Yes. If they are substitutes, you choose the cheaper one. The cheapest. If they are complements, another color like green, no, black. Complements, yes, exactly, fixed proportion.
Fixed proportions?
Yes.
About the complement?
Yes, exactly. Perfect complements, you always consume them in fixed proportions.
Okay.
Good. Now we have one very last topic that I wanted to do today, which is demand from utility maximization. So say that a utility curve is given by 2x1 plus x2. We have seen that this curve relates to perfect substitutes.
So it means
linear combination.
Units of product 1 equal 1 unit of product 2?
Exactly.
Okay.
fixed rate of substitutions. If 2 divided by P1 is greater than 1 divided by P2, we will choose the cheapest one and we will spend all on X1. On the contrary, and the contrary. Good. And another example. And then I will load you with some exercises that you may be able to do and send over before Thursday. So say that the utility is the minimum of the quantity of the two goods. In this case, how are the two goods?
How are? What do you mean?
How are the two goods? Complements. Because you can only use them. I mean, the utility is the minimum of the meaning of the two. It doesn't. If you have the pair, you don't care how much of one or the other you get.
Okay, and they're complements because we don't care either we get x1 or x2.
They are complements because you get them always only together.
Yes, like butter and bread, something like that.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you must satisfy x2 equals x1 divided by 2. And then, oh sorry, 2x2 here, 2x2. And then you plug it in the budget line. Plug into budget line. So you get M equals P1 x1 plus P2 x2 halves. And then solve.
Okay, so you just take our budget formula and put the right relative price for the x2.
You have the two prices, you have the budget, and you are able to evaluate how much of good 1 and good 2 you are able to get to maximize your utility. So the demand from utility maximization means you have got the budget and the prices and the relation between the prices.
Yes, okay.
And then you can solve in this formula. If you have 3 values, you can find the fourth one. Once you get x1, you can go back to the utility, which is this one, and you can get x2. Look at here, this is the constraint.
If we have more products.
This is the constraint. If you find x1, you can find x2 as well.
Okay, yes.
Good. Very good. Now, I give you bye-bye because I gotta run to check my eldest one, and I will send you some exercises later on today, okay?
Sure, thanks.
Did you like it?
Yes, it was. Well, I think this topic is a bit more difficult than the first and the second one.
It is. We are pulling a little bit of
yeah,
things
I think
together.
After I revise it, I will understand it even better. But yeah, okay. It was really good.
See you later. Thank you.
Yeah, see you on Thursday.
Yeah, but I will text you some exercises later on.
Yeah, that too. Okay.
Good. Bye.
See you.
Bye-bye. Ciao. And now, as I had forementioned, let's have a look at the case in which Daria loves chips but dislikes fish. So we are going to have this type of lines. Why? Well, in this case, we have here it is not happy, and here it is very happy. Why that? Well, they are upward sloping. Namely, if you have a lot of fish, you gotta have a lot of chips too in order to be happy. So this is gonna be U1, this is gonna be U3, and this is gonna be U4. So where you want to be is the top most left corner, where you have a lot of chips and few fish. There's where you are gonna be you're gonna have the highest utility. But what happened if you were down there, like down here? Here you are not happy because you have a lot of fish. So to compensate, you gotta have a lot of chips as well, so somewhere here. So this is the good area, in yellow of course. This is the good area. This is say the average area here, and this is the very bad area down there. That's it.